Okay, hello for my car. I just thought I would vlog this weekend because I just think it's really funny that I'm going on 5 dates in 3 days. I think that's kind of it's not like typical, but it's also not atypical for BYU. It is Thursday. I don't have class on Friday. Now I am headed off on date number 1 out of 5. We're gonna go meet at Cold Stone and get ice cream. So also to preface, literally all of these dates are from Mutual, and I hate online dating. I got super bored when I was quarantining a couple weeks ago. I'll let you know how it goes. Day number 1 was a success. Just talked for an hour and he's a super cool guy. Yeah. So now I have to go finish a scholarship essay. I'm headed to bed kind of early so that I can get up tomorrow and like go grocery shopping and be productive in the morning because I have 2 more dates tomorrow. So fit check. Oh. Yeah, so I said I was gonna like come home and go to bed after my date, but then I ended up doing like dishes and cooking for an hour and then finishing this scholarship essay. So it's like now 11 o'clock, but we're almost done and then we'll get to bed. Avocado. Oh! Let's try that again. Avocado and egg toast is like literally one of the greatest things that humans ever invented, and I've been eating it all the time recently. This is all the things I have to do today. So on the schedule for today is grocery shopping at 9 a.m. and then I have to do laundry, and then I have about 4 or 5 school assignments that I need to get done. I have a meeting with one of my professors at 11 a.m. and then I'm getting frozen yogurt with my roommate at 2, and then I have a date going indoor surfing at 4, and then I have a date to get pizza at 7, so it's a busy day. Okay, we got out at 9:17. That's pretty good. Also, it's like 21 degrees outside, so that's literally like booty. Like, where is summer? Not here. I swear, every time I go to Walmart, I cannot find my car. Laundry time! Okay, and it is actually frankly embarrassing, the amount of laundry that I go through per week, so we're just not gonna talk about that. Okay, so I just went and got froyo with my roommate, which was super fun. Definitely a much needed break. I've got about an hour. I'm just gonna grind through this homework, finish it super fast. Hopefully this date doesn't go too long because, so I have a date at 4 and then I have another date at 7. Guys, I am so pale and it is so sad. Okay, here's the thing. I'm kind of nervous for this date, not because of like the guy, but I've never been indoor surfing before. I don't know how this works. And also, it's like $20 an hour. So I assume that he's paying because he's the one who like brought it up. You know, like he asked. He was like, do you want to go do this thing with me? Like, I was like, yeah, sure. So I really hope that he's paid because I don't want to pay $20 to go indoor surfing. Like, I don't have that kind of cash flow. So we'll see. We'll see how this day goes. Okay, so the quick date update is that it was actually really fun. It took like hot second to get the hang of this whole like indoor surfing thing, and there was definitely a lot of wipeouts. Like I got pattered. I'm actually surprised that I don't have a concussion, but it was a good time. When we first got there, the guy, you know, who's ringing us up, he was like, okay, so you guys paying together? And the guy that I was on the date with, he was like, do you want me to pay for you? And I was like, I mean, if you're offering. And I felt so bad, but I was like, man, I do not want to pay for this. Like, I didn't pick this, you picked this, so yeah, you can pay for me. And I'm usually not like that. Like, I all about like, you know, I would hate to like have to pay for like all the guys that I take on dates, so I'm like totally get it. But I was like, man, you can pay for me because you picked this super expensive thing to do. Anyways, but it's fun, and we got ice cream afterwards. So I'm gonna eat ice cream like 3 times today, which is like not necessarily a bad thing, but also like, oh, that's like not very good on my stomach. But luckily the day got done fast enough that I can come home and shower and maybe even get some homework in before day number 2. Okay, all showered. I didn't actually end up doing any homework because like I didn't have a ton of time, and also I'm like super pooped right now, not gonna lie. Like, oh, today was long. So hopefully this next date isn't too draining. I'm gonna go meet him at a pizza place, and of course I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, story time. That was the worst date I've ever been on in my entire life. Okay, so we went to this pizza place, right? And he was a cute dude or whatever. And so we like ordered pizza and sat down, and I was like asking questions, you know, as one does on a date. And I was like, oh, okay, like, what do you do for work? And he was like, oh, I flip cars. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And he pulls out like a whole like ring of car keys, and he starts like telling me like the make and model of like every car that he's bought in. And then he's like, okay, so I just bought this one, like how much do you think I paid for it? And I was like, I don't know, like $2,000. He's like, oh, no, 1,200. And then he like goes through every key, and every key he like makes me guess how much money he paid for the car, right? And then he spends literally the next hour talking about cars and stuff. So I learned a lot about cars, let me just say. But he won't stop talking about cars, and the whole time he hasn't even touched his pizza. Like, he hasn't even taken a bite. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like if I have to like stay here until this man finishes his pizza, like I'm gonna be here till midnight, like listening to 4 more hours about cars. So I'm like, okay, I have to go to the bathroom. And I go to the bathroom, and I'm like texting my mom, and I'm like, Mom, how do you get out of a date? Because I literally cannot stay here any longer. Like, this is like insane. And she's like, well, just say that you have to go or whatever. If not, like, I can call you and like tell you that I need you to whatever, you know? And I was like, okay, if I haven't like texted you in 15 minutes, like please call me. And so then I like go back, and I'm like, I have homework due tonight, so actually I should probably like get going. And he was like, okay, cool, I'm probably just gonna finish my pizza here, stay here. And I was like, okay, cool. And I just left. And it was, oh my gosh, it was so bad. But like the other days have been so good. And I think, you know, it wasn't even that, like, it wasn't like in the course of things that bad. Like, it could have been so much worse, and I don't even know why I'm trying to justify this. It was the worst date ever, but I have 2 more to look forward to. So woot woot, I guess. Okay, so it's about 9 a.m. and I am currently in my car on the way to Salt Lake City. So I'm meeting up with some friends from the Dominican Republic, and we are gonna go to Ava's Bakery and get some breakfast. So my first date of today actually canceled on me this morning, which was fine because he had said like a couple of days ago that he's like, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to make it yet, like with homework and everything. So there was this other guy that wanted to do stuff, but I kind of didn't feel like planning anything last minute. Instead, my friend George is hosting a letter writing campaign, so I'm gonna go to that and do some letter writing. It's still gonna be a super full and really busy day. It was so much fun. We went bowling, and I suck at bowling. Like, I'm the worst, but it was still a good time. And then we went, and guess what we did? Got ice cream. Wow. Is there a common theme between these dates? Yes. And it's ice cream. So, with the context of editing this video like a month after it actually happened, I can kind of tell you where things went. And I only went on another date with one of the guys from that weekend, so it was mostly just a fun first date kind of week. Nothing actually went anywhere, but that being said, all of the guys, except for that one really bad date, were super nice. So it was still a good experience to go on a bunch of different dates, but I also packed them in a lot. And I don't think that I would do that in the future, although I can't really say that I've learned from my mistakes because literally the next week I went on 7 dates in 1 week. So you live and you learn, right?